I'm absolutely speechless.
I can't believe this actually worked.
Today's been the most insane kind of day. What about when life's hard?
Life is always hard, but sometimes you have to think it's for the best.
That's a good one! But we're like butterflies. We need to go out. We need to be on every single leaf and every single thing. So we need to taste every single flower.
I'm like hiding in a corner. I want to go sit in my room. When I see a mountain, a beautiful mountain, I need to climb the mountain for it to feel real to me. When I'm in a new town, a beautiful culture like this, I need to interact with it for it to feel real to me.
Oh my God, it was like the best thing to happen.
All this is just magic.
What'd you guys do on your first date?
That's what actually makes you grow up in your life.
You don't have to know what to say. You don't have to say everything perfectly or eloquently. You really just have to be yourself. And you just have to put yourself out there. And you got to lower your shield, be vulnerable with the world, and they will always meet you in the middle. My name is Adam Schluter, and I'm a photographer. My day-to-day is searching the world for experience and things to inspire myself and get myself out of my head to find creativity in the world. I can't create at home. I have to be out in the world to be able to create.
Woohoo! Boom!
I spent many years just always moving, always searching for something. I actually spent about 10 years running from everything. You know, that can be kind of an addiction. And I never let anyone ever get close to me for those 10 years. And the very next attempt that I made at love and lowering my walls broke me also. Those months after that, I mean, life was just meaningless.
You're hurt.
Yeah,
There are relationships that you formed and people hurt you.
Depression or like mental health issues start building up because you're trying to be someone that you're not.
When I would travel around the world, I would just take these pictures because I wanted to show people the beauty that I saw in the world. I knew that that was the only time that I felt light. The thing that I would always do is photograph people. I always thought people were so beautiful. I was close enough to where the person would notice me, and it just felt weird. I felt like I should ask for permission and talk to them, and that scared me the most. And then I found that when I would ask the people, they would always tell me no, because I was just very scared and nervous and would just rush it. Then I realized if I wanted to be able to get the photograph that I wanted, I actually had to figure out a way to earn their trust. Can I put the camera away after and still have a conversation with them? I've been doing this for 6 years, 21 countries, thousands of strangers, all to learn and remember the most basic thing in the world. We all need to remember how to be human with one another and to share in each other's lives and to actually have genuine face-to-face conversations, even if we're afraid, even if we don't know what to say, even if we're an introvert. Even if we have no idea how it's ever going to work, we need to just try more. And that's kind of the human element right there. A few months ago, I was thinking how I've always dreamt since I was a child about sailing across the ocean. It's always been a dream of mine, but I get really seasick, and so I know that I can't do it on a small boat. And then I thought, okay, maybe I could do a cruise. And then I thought about my father, who I've always dreamt of being able to get to go to Europe, and he's in his 70s, and his health is not great. And I always thought it'd be a regret of mine if I wasn't able to just take my dad to Europe and share that memory and experience with them. For the last few years, I've been going all over the world to say hello to strangers and have genuine conversations and try to really connect with people. But every time we leave a city or a new country, that I have all these beautiful, candid connections with strangers. Every time I leave, it's still fragmented, you know? All the people that I met, still I leave and that connection doesn't really last. So something that I've really always wanted to do was to have a dinner with all the strangers that I met along the way so that I could connect all those strangers with each other. So I thought a cruise, everyone's stuck together, everyone's kind of happy, everyone's drinking. You know, it'd be a great attempt to see if I could just candidly meet strangers, get beautiful stories, connect with them, but at the end of the cruise, have a dinner with all the people that I met. You know, you bring kind of the whole world together in one setting, and what a beautiful experience to try to connect with people and just bring all those people together also.
I just can't stop thinking about how just incredible and lively in all these different cultures. And you know, two of my favorites today were from Zimbabwe, and these smiles that I've just been thinking about ever since. So it's just been a beautiful day, just meeting beautiful strangers with really no agenda, just kind of enjoying a trip of just building community with a bunch of strangers out in such a beautiful place.
Maybe a week before she died, we got on this conversation. Like, Mom, I don't understand why you you look me down and frown upon me. And I've taken you to doctors, treatments, I've cooked for you, I've been a driver for you. I even was there when they had to color her hair. It happened when I was in her house. And now as I grow older, I find myself missing her more and like being wishful that she was here just because I'm growing and I wanted her to be here. And you know, when you see your friends with their parents, sometimes you miss what you can have, but I mean, life is like that.
What was one of your last fond memories you had of Johnny?
Laying up in his arms.
What is something that your mother taught you that helped make you the lady you
To
are
be
today?
nice to everyone, to reach all your goals, that you can be anything that you want, and no one deserves your happiness except yourself. You should love yourself more than anything else. You are your own person, and no one can come to you to give you the happiness that you need. Only yourself. You should love yourself first so that people can see the love in you. You can't accept someone to love you if you don't love yourself. So you should be in love with yourself first, then people will be in love with you. That's what she taught me.
We are from the same ingredients, no?
It's not just finding purpose as much as also being able to be excited and happy.
Gotta believe there's something bigger than you.
But to be excited and happy in moments when you're by yourself or you're in front of an audience, to feel their excitement, that's oftentimes what I find to be the memory I walk away with.
That's what actually makes you grow up in your life. Second thing, to pass on that same kind of information to this new generation. Experience always counts. They say, like, you know, experience never dies.
Sometimes people, I think they might be shy or they don't know what to say to you. But if you stick around a little bit, they might open up.
They'll come around.
It really is just me just going up to people and having a conversation and just really being curious, genuinely curious, not making it up, not forcing it. There's no script, there's no production. It's just really like the person that brings us coffee, the lady that serves us food, the person we meet in the hallways. I mean, just to genuinely be curious with these incredible stories around the world and to be able to build that relationship into a vulnerable and real connection to then connect that person with other people. It's a beautiful thing.
The most vulnerable, intimate thing that we can do is to sit around a dinner table with people and have that time. Because it's easier for us to have a quick 5-minute conversation and you could tell me something great and I could tell you something great and you tell me a story, I tell you a story, we walk away. But when we sit around a dinner table, you can't really go anywhere. I mean, we're sitting around a table and people are going to talk to you and people are going to want to hear about you and hear about your life. But I found more than anything that when we sit around a table and we have dinner together, we break bread, there's a million more things that humanly connect us than divide us.
Walking into a Tuscan restaurant, We don't even know how many people are going to be here. We don't even know how many strangers are here. We know that we met all these beautiful people over the last 2 weeks. We kind of surprised them. We thought it was going to be 20, then 30, then maybe 40. We don't even know how many people are going to be here. But no matter what, it's just such a dream just to have this moment. I just can't. This has literally been a dream of mine for 6.5 years. I've never done this once. I was always scared to even try it. But I don't know why, just in case it wouldn't work, but that's such a dumb thing. So we swallowed our pride, we met a bunch of strangers, and we invited them to have dinner with us. We literally don't even have room for us, which is the best possible thing that could literally happen. We didn't know a single one of these people less than 2 weeks ago. All over the world, all these different cultures, everyone's sitting around the same table. I said, can you introvert crash before you've even had the social activity? I get very overwhelmed at these, in a very good way. It might surprise you guys, but I'm an introvert. But I think it's good to do things that are out of our comfort zone. And if nothing else, it makes us vulnerable and it makes it real. And so I was like, what will wake me up? What's the scariest thing I can do? And to me, it was to just walk up to strangers and just say hello and introduce myself. And I've always been a photographer, but I would always hide behind the camera. And so after a little bit of time, the scariest thing that I could imagine would be to put the camera away and just lower my shield and just be myself. And then I just kept seeing how much the world needed this every bit as much as I did. Didn't know a single person on this cruise less than 2 weeks ago, and you all have seen me running around being wild and crazy. Maybe the biggest dream of all is to share this with my father. My mother started these dinners about 30 years ago, made us all come together as a family and stay close to one another. And thank you so much for opening your heart up to us, all of us, and just being here tonight.
This has been fabulous. I really enjoyed it.
I think that all that's going on in the world today, your idea of people just being people, putting the technology away, and just learning to talk to each other is brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you.
This guy did not want to come.
It's going to be crazy. Weird people there. I don't know if I'm going to get along with them. And then before you know it, you're having a nice conversation with everybody around you. And
He's an engineer.
yeah, I'm an engineer. I'm an introvert.
Everybody has an amazing story. I mean, there are people telling stories that are making people around them laugh, make them cry, and they didn't know each other before they walked in.
It brings us together as family, as people, because we all are people, and we all need to be together.
She didn't even know you, and you invited them to come here. The world really need more of this, bringing people together, knowing each other, making connections, sharing stories. That's very, very easy.
Yeah, we've talked about sex, drugs, rock and roll. We talked about family. We talked about religion.
The whole spectrum. Is that a real connection or what?
I'm going to start a movement of dinner at my home on Monday nights.
Sometimes. You move me a lot.
You should have this every cruise.
The world needs love, and the world needs talking. And the more we talk, the more we'll love each other.
If you see it and if you feel it, you have to share it.